Many commands like cat will by default try to read from the standard input when not supplied with a path argument, and that until it encounters an end of file sequence. Now that you know how to redirect the standard output and the standard error, let me show you how we can instead redirect the standard input. Simply put, an end of file, often abbreviated EOF, is a special sequence that indicates the end of a file or data set, and that can be translated in the terminal by the Ctrl-D key combination. As you can see here, running cat on its own results in a command awaiting for the user to type in data. If we, for example, type hello world and press enter, we can see that this input was right away displayed back to us, which is completely normal as the default behavior of cat is to send to the standard output whatever it reads. From here, we can stop the process either by pressing Ctrl-D to send an end of file or Ctrl-C to kill it. Why am I telling you this though? Well, because there's another way to feed data into this kind of command by using an input redirection operator. The standard input redirection is symbolized by a left chevron character like this. We can, for example, write a few city names in a file called cities using echo, and then feed this file to the cat command using the redirection operator like so. But at this point, you should be wondering what's the difference between passing a file as an argument or through an input redirection. And the explanation for that is that in the first case, you're putting the command itself in charge of opening the file, reading its content, and outputting it into the terminal, whereas in the second case, you're putting the shell in charge of opening the file and sending the data to the command so it can output it into the terminal. I would agree that there's essentially no difference in terms of results, but since we're talking about redirections, I thought it might still be worthwhile to expand on this detail. Just so you know, you can of course combine the input and output redirection operators all together in the same expression like so, which will in this example copy the content of the first file into the second file. Finally, the last feature I'd like to talk about in this lesson is called a here document. A here document is a special purpose code block that allows you to send all at once a list of multi-line strings to a command delimited by a stop sequence. This feature is symbolized by double left chevron and can be used with a command like cat that directly reads data from the standard input. If we set our delimiting sequence to be stop, for example, and press enter, you can see that we gain access to a multi-line command prompt. We can then start typing things and press Ctrl-D to send an end of file. And as you can see, spaces and new lines are preserved as well as expansions.